Welcome back to Profitable Publishing. On today's episode, we have an exciting success story from author Vanity Scott. So, you actually get to come along with me while I interview her about her experience making $600 in her pre orders, in her very first pre order for her book. And she also shares the highs, the lows, the self doubt, and how she was able to overcome that by working with me. And so you also get a little bit of an extra bonus because her little one, who is her co author, is actually in the episode as well. And this was recorded previously because actually Vanity is expecting right now. So sending warm wishes and prayers to her on a safe and healthy delivery. But so this will be a little bit of a blast from the past, but it's new too. So take a listen, and if you need support with your pre-order, then check out the link in the description of this video to find out more information about my pre-order profits program so that we can get that support to the same degree that Vanity had while she was completing her pre-order and making it a success beyond release day. Take a listen now. So I want you to think back before you were working with us, you signed up for coaching. And so before you were working with us, what was the biggest struggle that you had before signing on? Or what issues were you running into that you just couldn't really get over the hump for?
Yes. So with the book that I came to you about initially, I wrote that book, or I began the process of writing that book and getting everything together in the spring. And it was in the middle of postpartum. I was trying to figure out what was I doing. I was having a really hard time communicating with my illustrator and him seeing the vision at first. And so it was the most challenging book process that I've had. So I actually put it down in the summer. I'm just gonna have to do something else because it wasn't speaking to me. Like I just couldn't figure out where to go next with it. And so in the fall, around August, I said, no, like there's a story here. Like let's pick it up. Let's try to see what we can do with it. And so I got through the writing process and figuring out what I wanted to do with that. I got the illustrations to a point where I needed them. I got my formatting to a point where I needed it. And then what? So I was trying to figure out how to launch it. I'm nervous because it's my first book in, I believe, 2 years. I just had a baby, so all these insecurities are floating around, and I just felt like I didn't know how to bring it to life. I had everything together, the book was getting put together, but what do I do after that? And so I've been in our authors group for a while, and I remember your post about pre-sales, and I'm like, let me try something different with this set of books. Like, let me try something to give me some encouragement that it's going in the right direction. And that is when I did, well, first I did your pre-sale class with the
Mhm.
group.
Yeah.
And I took notes and I'm like, okay, she knows what she's talking about. Like she's figured out a way to take a book idea and make it like something that people want and they're bought into, not only the book, but the process. And so that is when I was like, okay, I'm gonna reach out to her, but it still took me a second because it was just insecurities flying all around. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, is this book even good enough? Is my writing good enough? And I got to a breaking point where I was like, you need help. You cannot do all of this on your own. You need your ideas opened up. You need your avenues, like pathways to be illuminated. And that is when I decided to reach out to you.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for that. So, okay, so then moving into that next stage, how did us working together change your journey as an author?
It gave me confidence at a time where I really needed it, where I was second guessing my talent and second guessing like my ability to create a strategy. And so that confidence, I will say, and I've told many people, like that is, even though I got tangible, like I got the help with strategy, I got help with building a pre-sale strategy, emails, all kinds of things. I got the tangible like tasks, but the biggest thing for me was the confidence that my work was good enough to create a pre-sale, but also it was good enough to I guess it's like it opened up a box of thoughts for me. Like it wasn't just a book anymore. It was like a book that I could do a read aloud to. It was a book that I could include coloring pages for. So that confidence, I would say, is like the biggest thing that I took away from the experience.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's dope. It's always interesting to hear the answer to that because most people, when they think about their books or their business, they're thinking of like the tangibles of like, oh, I made this much and
Yeah.
got it. And we'll talk about that too. But the inner work, and we always hear like mindset, mindset, mindset. And you're like, oh, whatever, my mind's fine. And then you get into stuff and you're like, okay, you get tuned up.
Yes.
It's a lot coming off of having a baby. And then trying to reach that same level of you might have done from a previous book or even trying to supersede that. What moves have you made since we've worked together, or what results have you gotten as a result of working with us? So brag on yourself. Tell me a little bit more.
Yes. So, oh gosh, where do I start? So, I built my pre-sale strategy, and my pre-sale actually ended up making over $600, which was like mind-blowing to me because I didn't know what it was going to make. So, I think I pre-sold, it was probably close to 30 bundles. It was like it was super successful for my first time. So I also used you gave a tip on how to do the free book strategy on Amazon. And so I did that and I got a lot of downloads. I want to say like maybe like 50 plus downloads. And I was number one in multiple categories for like a week, which was amazing. And it's still ranking pretty decently. So um just those are like my big stats that came with everything. Okay. Those are like my big stats that came with everything, but I have sold, I think I calculated 123 books in less than 90 days.
Oh,
And I'm
wow. Okay.
so excited about that. Sometimes it's really hard when you're in the weeds. And I'm like, I haven't sold all these books. I finally zoomed out and prepped for this call and looked at how much money I've made off of the books and how many books I've actually sold. So, um, that is like my most successful book, I will say, in the time frame, which is exciting. So, more than overall with those things, I've just like built up the confidence. Even when I get a little down about it, I'm like, it's going somewhere. Like we're going somewhere. There's always a strategy that could be put in place. So, yeah, those are like my big ones so far.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. You said over 100 books in 90 days. So that's almost a book. Oh, that's more than a book a day, actually, because that timeline. So
Yes.
yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, definitely brag on that. And share that with people too.
I know, I know. I need to do better with that because I always feel like I'm like there's so much more to do. Like I don't, it's like hard for me to take a minute and be like, hey, it's only been out almost 90 days at the end of this month. Like you've been pushing it. I've been pushing it really hard. I've been doing in-person events for the first time and getting in the community and talking to people. I got into my church bookstore. I did. And you honestly, Ashley, you were an example for me because I've been trying to figure out where my faith-based books can go, like all the places they can be. And, you encouraged me to start at my church. And they were actually, that was my first pitch, was to my church bookstore, and it ended up working out. And I'm finally in there and I've established a really good relationship with them. So yeah, we're doing good.
Good, 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 good. That's so exciting. Especially when it's like, because church folks really love to support. Like they really, really love to support. And so
Yeah.
you're able to work with them and get in with them. And then they recommend you to other people and you can get in other churches as well. And so that is super dope and super exciting. And it's always important I'm about to start coaching again. It's important to think and hey, it's important to really think and remember that God gave you this gift, and when you don't share it with people, then you're blocking people's blessings. And so anytime I kind of have that little like, should I post this? Should I share this? I'm like, if they get mad at God because he told me to tell y'all this.
Yes. Amen to that. Yes.
Okay, so there is something I do want to ask you about. I saw you talking to another coaching client of mine, and you all were kind of going back and forth talking about how there's tips that I'll give you and suggestions and advice, and then at the end you're like, "Well, I don't even know why I didn't listen in the first place because it works." Can you can you do like a little sound bite on that to kind
Yeah.
of share with someone if they weren't sure about a strategy, things of that sort?
Yes, so I'll talk about first is the bundles. The bundles, I for some reason could not figure out how I was going to bundle anything for my pre-sale besides the coloring pages. And you encouraged me to do a read aloud, and I'm like, I don't know if anybody's gonna want that. Like, yeah, I really like. I was struggling. I'm like, will people want to buy the read aloud? Should I do it for free? Like, yada yada yada. And I thought it was a really cool idea, but I was still kind of resistant to it. And so you kept encouraging me, like, no, like put it up at as part of a package. Add the pricing into this. This is what the pricing structure should be. And I finally listened, and people bought it. Like there was multiple people that bought and that was my highest package that had coloring pages and the digital read aloud. And so your instruction on how to get all that done was extremely helpful. And then another one was posting on social media more. I did not end up going live, but I have seen you do it now, and I understand what you meant at the time, like people being invested in the journey, the unboxing, you talking about the journey to getting to publishing the book. Like I totally see the benefit of it now. And with my next pre-sale that I do, I'm gonna do that. But social media just as a whole, like you were trying to tell me, like go live, post more reels, let people into the process and the journey more. And I was like, I don't know about that. And then I did, and it people were brought into it. They were prepared for the book. They're like, oh my gosh, like this book is coming out. How did you do it? Why did you do it? And so like you encouraging me to really do those things, even though I didn't listen at first. Like I see the value in them now. And I saw the value of some of them then too. So.
Okay. And that's fine. There's definitely times where it's too much at the time. You have a lot going on and
Yeah.
like what's a reach, what's a safety. And was just like, I'm not doing that at all. And so definitely understandable. It's something where we have to just kind of mitigate and think, okay, what can I handle? What kind of capacity do I have right now? You have a very active little one right there. And so
Very active.
yeah, and so you gotta do what you gotta do. So
Yes.
definitely understand that. So what would you say to someone who was on the fence about signing up to work with Shep Publishing House?
Don't be on the fence. And don't get to a point where I was at. You can be proactive in your journey and know, like, hey, this is coming up, whether it's your first book or your 25th book. If you want to come up with some strategies to make it more successful than the others, or just think outside of the box, you need help. And I will say, I say this to any aspiring author, you need to build a team. You cannot do it all on your own. I've tried. You can't do it all on your own. You have to build a team of people to bring the process to life. And for me in particular, Shep Publishing House brought my pre-sale strategy to life. And even after, it was part of my launch strategy as well. So it will be a part of my team moving forward, because it doesn't matter if I'm publishing the same type of book or whatever. Each book is different, and each book might require different steps, or sometimes even just a sounding board. As a coaching client, a sounding board for your ideas. You might need someone to validate your ideas. You might need someone to open up your mind and help you come up with new things and help you see things you might not have seen before. So I would definitely say get off of the fence and have Shep Publishing House and have Ashley be a part of your journey proactively. That's the advice that I would give. He agrees.
Yeah. Okay, perfect, perfect. All right. So one more question. I don't want to hold you. I know you have precious cargo. Definitely appreciate you. Okay. Is there anything else you want to add? Or anything? Is there anything else you need to say?
I need another month.
Okay.
I need another month. I was going to talk to you about that anyways, but
Okay.
no, I ultimately just want to thank you for helping me bring our book, because he was my co-author, helping bring our book to life and creating a community around it, honestly. So I appreciate that. But I also need another month. So I need to talk to you about that.
Okay,
I'm
well,
ready to purchase now.
okay. We will definitely chat about that. All right. Thank you so much.
Of course.